emergency broadcasting.
We're sorry. All circuits are busy now. Will you please try your call again, please?
Hello YouTube and preppers, this is the Comms Prepper in the mountains of southwestern Virginia. I'm at a buddy's hunting camp here and I brought down my Bugout bag radio and figured we'd do a little demonstration on how to send HF radio email from the field with the Bugout bag radio. And I've got a new item to show you today. I went and bought the FT-817ND bag from amp3.net, and you can see this featured on US Navy ER Doc's channel. I'll put a link down below to his channel. He's got really good stuff on his channel. And he designed this bag, so I actually picked this up to migrate my Bugout bag radio into his bag. And it's a pretty neat bag. It holds a lot of the stuff I need. I did have to add what I call an annex bag here for the HF tuner and my modem, but everything else, including the laptop, I was able to fit in the Doc's bag here, and we'll show you how that's set up. And I've got some pretty good trees here, so I'm going to throw a dipole antenna up for 14 megahertz HF into these trees and hook it up to the radio. We'll get that set up and we'll show you how we can send HF radio email over the internet from a hunting camp in the mountains of southwestern Virginia. So before I get going with the radio here, I figured I'd show you the things I could not fit in the Doc's bag. Although that bag is packed tight, I wasn't able to get my SCS Pactor 4 modem in there, my 14 megahertz dipole antenna, which you guys have seen that before. I've got a bunch of 550 cord here, a jumper cable, and of course the manual antenna tuner for an HF radio. But everything else to get operational I actually fit in the Doc's bag here. But that's the stuff I had to put in what I'm calling my annex bag. So again, I'll pause and we'll get this antenna thrown up in the trees and we'll get operating. Alright guys, so there's the Doc's bag opened up. I got my pieces of coax there. I'll try to not make a shadow here. There's a little plastic tube there for holding connectors. You've already got some 550 cord up in the tree to pull up the dipole antenna. Not sure if you can see the wire there in the leaves. But I first show you the first pocket, and I have a little Dell Netbook laptop. And that's what I'm going to do the data piece with. Of course, you can have your manuals, your cables, and your connectors. And then the other side of this bag is the actual radio. So I'm going to take this cable out of this bag here, hook it up to the antenna. We'll pull the antenna up, connect it to the tuner, flip this bag over, and we'll show you how the radio connects. Okay guys, so the first cool part about this bag is this tab here. And you can pull this up, and it folds over and actually creates a foot. And I got a Comms Prepper patch here, but this creates a foot, so I'm going to flip the bag over, and this actually tips the front of the bag up so you can see the face of the radio. Now I apologize for the shadow, but there you should be able to see the foot holding the bag up. The next thing the Doc thought of, which was a really great idea, is the shoulder straps disconnect. So you can set those aside, and you can actually pull the flap of the bag back so you can see the face of the radio, and also kind of acts as a reflector for the top mounted speaker. So these tabs here, down here, will actually connect up there and pull this back. Now again, I'm doing this with one hand, so I'm going to pause here and we'll set that up. Okay guys, well we got the radio set up here. Got the manual tuner, the Pactor modem, the Bugout bag radio with USN ER Doc's bag put out by amp3.net, and a netbook computer here, and I'll turn this down. And coming out of the back of the Bugout bag radio, if I'm getting this in frame here, hopefully you're seeing the coax cable. I should be pointing up at the antenna dipole head, and that's a flat top 14 megahertz dipole, horizontally polarized, going out to these trees. And we just used a big crescent wrench to throw that 550 cord up there. So we got some good height here. And what I'm going to do is tune up one of the radio email gateway stations and see if we can't connect here from this rock in the mountains of southern West Virginia. And then I'll be able, with Bluetooth from the modem, connect to this laptop. I have a little Bluetooth adapter on the side, and we should be able to move inside to the warmth of the hunting camp here and send and receive HF email, or any kind of email over HF, without having to have an internet service provider within 100 miles. So we'll pause here and we'll get this linked up. Okay guys, well we got the radio tuned up here. We're using the manual antenna tuner to tune the 14 megahertz dipole antenna that I got strung up there for 7 megs. It's not ideal, but it does work. And if I hit this with a little power, you should see the needle jump up and show that we have a full 5 watts out with no reflective power. The Bluetooth blue light is lit on the face of the modem, reflecting we have a connection to the laptop. So I'll set this up for an RMS frequency and see if we can't connect to the HF email system. Alright guys, I'm reshooting a piece of this video here. I repositioned the radio equipment to help minimize the shadow and show you how really well the docks bag works here. And again, I'll put a link down below. But there's the pedestal there holding up the radio. I had to retune the radio for 10 meg because that seems to be the good frequency for this time of day. And there's the shoulder straps holding back the lid. And again, I got almost all this into one bag and just had to put a few parts in the annex bag. So now what I got set up here, again, this is Bluetooth, and over here I've got a laptop sitting there on that railroad tie, so that gives you a little bit of distance. So if I could have set this radio up closer to the house, I could actually be inside the hunting camp house there to send and receive email. And we'll go ahead and initiate a link and let you see how that works again. Okay guys, I got the laptop hooked up again with Bluetooth, connected to the modem over there on the rock. And I'm going to go ahead and initiate a connection here. We got actually one outbound message. We're doing a demonstration here. And the radio's calling. And you can hear the connection there. So from Bluetooth, from the modem here, we're actually connecting with 5 watts from the western side of Virginia all the way over to Virginia Beach to send an email over high frequency radio. And that's a pretty good demonstration of an emergency prep and an emergency capability to have in your toolbox. For the naysayers out there, here we are. We're doing it with 5 watts, running on battery on a rock in the middle of the mountains. Alright guys, well there it's all packed up. It's the docks bag. I got the Bugout bag radio in there and the little annex bag that holds the antenna, tuner, and modem. And that's a pretty portable package if you want emergency communications that gives you full email functionality. And again, as always, thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. This has been the Comms Prepper with a field test of the Bugout bag radio and USN ER docks FT-817ND Bugout bag radio bag. Well, in addition to testing our Bugout bag radio, one of the guys here at the hunting camp got himself a buck this morning. So there'll be some meat tonight. Thanks for watching, guys.